Hey, this is Woodman here. I want to talk to you about empaths and energy vampires. There are different kinds of empaths, the first being emotional empaths. These individuals are highly attuned to the emotions of others. They can easily pick up on the feelings of people around them and often absorb these emotions, sometimes to the point of feeling overwhelmed. Physical empaths. Physical empaths are sensitive to the physical sensations and the energies of others. They may also experience bodily symptoms or discomfort in response to the physical ailments or energies of those nearby. Intuitive empaths. Intuitive empaths possess a strong sense of intuition and are able to pick up on the underlying energy and the intentions of others. They often have gut feelings or hunches about people, and they can also kind of read into certain situations. Animal empaths. These individuals have a deep connection with animals, and they can also understand and empathize with their emotions, their needs, which is very helpful since animals don't really speak our language. But nonetheless, if you are really empathic, you may just feel it. You may have a bond to animals. You may be able to communicate with them on an intuitive level, even though you're not using the English language or any other language that we use among humans. Now, here's the different types of narcissists. First is the grandiose narcissist. This type of narcissist exhibits a grandiose sense of self importance, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. They often seek out positions of power and superiority, and they believe they are entitled to special treatment. Vulnerable narcissists. Well, vulnerable narcissists tend to be more sensitive and a bit more insecure than grandiose narcissists. They may still have a strong sense of entitlement and a need for admiration, but they mask their vulnerabilities with behaviors such as self pity or passive aggression. Right? They may even want to label themselves as a victim all the time. Covert narcissists. Covert narcissists are often introverted and they may appear shy or withdrawn. However, they still possess a sense of entitlement and superiority, which they may express through passive aggressive or manipulative behaviors. Now, pitting narcissists against empaths, I want to talk about why often they are at odds with one another, how they always end up in these pairings where they're basically fighting with one another. Narcissists and empaths are often seen as opposites in terms of their personality traits and behaviors. Narcissists are characterized by a lack of empathy, a sense of entitlement, and a tendency to manipulate and exploit others for their own gain. On the other hand, empaths are highly sensitive. They're empathic individuals who are attuned to emotions and the needs of others. So, in a way, this is the classic confrontation. One is the nemesis of the other. This dynamic can create a huge power imbalance where narcissists may be drawn to empaths because of their ability to provide emotional support as well as validation. However, narcissists may also exploit empaths' empathy and kindness for their own self benefit, leading to a very toxic and one sided relationship dynamic. Narcissists are often described as energy vampires because they feed off of the emotional energy and the attention of others to fuel their own sense of superiority, as well as self worth. When in relationships with empaths, who are naturally compassionate people, open and loving and caring, empathic, they give individuals such as narcissists an opportunity to unfortunately exploit their empathic qualities for their own benefit. You have to think about the fact that the empath is coming from a place of warmth, whereas the narcissist is coming from a place of coldness and uncaring. So here's how narcissists will steal from empaths. First is emotional manipulation. Narcissists are skilled at manipulating the emotions of others to get what they want. They may use tactics such as guilt tripping, gaslighting, or love bombing to manipulate empaths into providing them with attention, validation, and admiration. Of course, all of this is to the injurious detriment of the empath. Emotional drain. Narcissists often create drama, chaos, and conflict in relationships, which can be emotionally draining for the empaths. Empaths may find themselves constantly trying to soothe, support, or fix the narcissist's problems. leading to exhaustion and depletion of their own emotional resources. Invalidation of feelings. Narcissists have a limited capacity for empathy and often invalidate the feelings and experiences of others, including empaths, especially empaths. They may dismiss or belittle the empath's emotions, needs, and boundaries, leaving the empath feeling unheard, unseen, unloved, and unvalued. Attention seeking behavior. Narcissists crave constant attention, admiration, as well as validation from others. They may monopolize conversations and thus constantly seek praise and admiration and demand special treatment, leaving little room for the empath's needs or feelings. Emotional exploitation. Narcissists view relationships as transactional and may exploit the empath's kindness, generosity, and empathy for their own gain. They may take advantage of the empath's willingness to give and sacrifice for others, using them as a source of emotional and, sometimes, material support without reciprocating in kind. That's pretty heavy. Overall, narcissists steal from empaths by draining them emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even physically, leaving them feeling depleted, exhausted, and unfilled in the relationship. This dynamic can cause a cycle of dependence as well as manipulation, where the empath continues to give and give and give, and the narcissist continues to take and take and take, perpetuating the imbalance of power and leaving the empath feeling drained and depleted. I am an empath, and that's kind of a reason why I'm actually wanting to talk about this. Why narcissists are drawn to empaths. Narcissists are often drawn to empaths because of their compassionate and nurturing nature. Empaths are skilled at understanding and validating the emotions of others, which can be highly appealing to narcissists, who naturally themselves crave attention and admiration and validation. Additionally, empaths may be more likely to overlook or excuse narcissistic behaviors due to their tendency to prioritize the needs of others over their own. What empaths must do to be free of narcissists. This is going to be a good one. Empaths must establish and maintain healthy boundaries to protect themselves from narcissists, from the narcissistic manipulation as well as their exploitation. This involves recognizing and acknowledging narcissistic behaviors, asserting their own needs and boundaries, and being willing to distance themselves from toxic individuals, even if it means ending relationships. Empaths must also realize that they would benefit from developing self-care practices and seeking support from trusted friends, family, and even if necessary, mental health professionals. By prioritizing their own well-being and their emotional health, empaths can break free from toxic relationships and cultivate healthier, more fulfilling connections with others. So now let me just share my story as to why I really wanted to talk about this today. As I said, I have the qualities of being an empath, and for years I didn't understand a lot of these concepts that I just talked to you about. If I had, I suppose I would have had a better time with relationships. But unfortunately, as it was, I was an empath, and I was almost like like think of me as a plant that's like, attracting insects that want to come and do the pollination thing, right? Like, narcissists were drawn to me automatically. And I didn't really understand. I didn't know what a narcissist was. I didn't know what an empath was. I didn't know any of that stuff. So I was going through my life wondering, why am I always in these traumatic relationships? Why are these relationships so confrontational? I mean, I thought I'm a nice guy. You know, could it be nice guys finish last? No, there's a lot more going on than just that. What's really going on is that I never understood for many years that I was an empath and that I was drawing in narcissistic types in. It's only after really learning these concepts and reevaluating my life that I started to realize what was going on. I started to realize that there was a pattern. And the thing is that narcissists are extremely intelligent and extremely clever, and they know what's going on. They are very good at their manipulations. They are very good at taking advantage. So when I talked to you earlier about the things of gaslighting and love bombing, these are tools of the narcissist that they use without mercy and without hesitation. And they know that if you are this empathic person and you're constantly trying to make your partner happy, trying to be accommodating, trying to offer them warmth and things that are emotionally fulfilling, that help fulfill the narcissist's need for energy, need to suck up everything out of this empath soul, then you will be caught off guard time and time again. So I don't know where you are in your spiritual journey and how much of these concepts you understand, but I wanted to get the word out today because maybe there's someone out there that needs it. Maybe there's someone out there who didn't get the message as soon as is necessary to realize what's going on. Because I know for me, it took me a long time, and I kind of always feel a little silly or stupid about it that I didn't recognize sooner what was going on. But it just always came up again and again and again because narcissists can come across as very sweet, but the sweetness that they embody or exude is by design, right? That's part of the love bombing stage. They can seem like, oh my God, da, 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 I care for you so much, da, da. But it's all an act, right? Because they really have very little empathy. And they just say these things because they know that by saying certain things, doing certain things, acting a certain way, they can reel you in further and further. And then just when you get comfortable with them, that's when they go for the jugular and they're just trying to just soak all the energy out of your body. So you really need to be careful with them. And you may even need to go to mental health therapy after being in a relationship with a narcissist because it's just so damaging that you for you to come away and really start to unwind and undo the damage that was done, you really may need extra help for that because it's and this is why they always tell you empaths cannot save narcissists. A lot of empaths will want to save narcissists from themselves even. They'll want to jump in, that warm, friendly nature. They'll want to help, but there is no help for the narcissist. The narcissist is either going to get it or they're not going to get it. And more than likely, to my knowledge, they're not going to get it because there is no real cure for narcissism. I'm not saying that they might not have a moment of self-revelation and maybe somehow get better, but to my knowledge, there's no way to treat narcissism that's going to cure it. Either it's in you or it's not. And if it's not, then the person is going to always be a narcissist for all of their lives, and they may never break out of the cycle. So please be careful, be safe, um, love yourself, protect yourself. Don't let a narcissist drain every last bit of energy from your body, or in the case of like a vampire metaphor, drain every last drop of blood out of you. All right. I hope this helps. Please like, share, and subscribe. I want to continue to bring you this content. Take care. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Bye.